Welcome back to Film vs. History, and with the ratio Gould. It's part. Is that racist? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Definitely.
Why?
Because it is a cartoonish depiction of the Native Americans, right?
Which they did do that though.
Yeah, but Indian guys say, "Hey, bloody hell!" That doesn't mean you could do that.
Well, that's very racist.
No,
These guys aren't Indians, for Christ's sake.
No, but I'm saying as an example.
That's like calling them the P word.
You couldn't meet an Indian and go, bloody hell, even though an Indian man has said, bloody hell.
Yes.
And I'm only saying that for scientific reasons, it's not. But do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Not just, you do sound like that.
Well, they did do it, and it was a war cry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we're talking about Native American war.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. So, yeah, fair enough. I just don't know if the accurate
fucking braggart.
Bunch of braggarts.
Bunch of fucking brags, if you ask me. So, we're talking about Native Americans. This is Custer's Last Stand. In this part 2 of our series, we will be talking who the Sioux and the Cheyenne actually were. Now, Columbus officially discovered the Americas. You've put that in quotes, Phoebe. You put discovered in quotes. I can't fire you twice. How many times? Columbus discovers the Americas.
Leif Erikson discovered the Americas.
Leif Erikson. Sven-Goran Eriksson discovered the Americas in the Middle Ages. So the Native American population in 1492 is anywhere between 2 to 18 million.
That's
quite
not a good
unhelpful
sign
estimate.
When you see those sort of numbers, it shows just how...
I question those numbers.
Well, it's just how...
18 million. That's so big. Anyway.
But how diabolically they must have been wiped out in like 100 years if that's how rough the estimates are.
Yes.
2 to 18. You don't see that very often.
It is a very unsure estimate, isn't it?
That's really like... We don't have a fucking clue.
Because I guess if by 1900 the population had dropped to around 600,000... then,
I guess people only started counting when there was like none of them left.
Yes, they counted too late, I guess, didn't they? So by the 1700s, the British had expanded along the coast, killing Native Americans, and around 90% of Native Americans are killed through European illnesses. So, I suppose you could argue that the Brits, the Europeans, they don't want them to die because they're in a world where like slave labour is a thing. Yeah. So they're not trying to kill them.
Yeah.
So how much, stigma should be attached? Should we say they killed them by disease?
No, definitely not.
No.
They said
they died.
Yes. I mean, I can understand being upset that people came and brought a disease that kills 90% of your people.
Yes.
Like I can feel it's not like, I don't know if you could have like a really like, well, I guess it's just the way of things.
Well,
but the Mongolians brought the Black Death.
Yes.
And it's not like it's their fault.
Right.
It's the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that was always going to happen at some point in history, whether it was Columbus or if it happened 300 years later.
Yeah.
It was always going to happen.
A guy with a cold walks into a room.
Yeah.
He's not racist. He's just got a cold.
But what if he is racist?
Well, he might be, but that's irrelevant.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I just don't know much about this guy.
No. Okay. But neither did they.
And was he racist?
Well, yeah. It turned out he was, but he didn't. He also had a cold. And to them, the main thing was that he had a cold.
Sure.
They didn't die by his racism. They died because
they'd rather he didn't have a cold and was racist than the other way around.
Yes, exactly. The racism's by the by. They also don't have an immune system, it seems. It seems.
I mean, it ripped through the middle order, does it not?
Absolutely. Complete batting collapse by the Native Americans. They're skittled. So they're not a single group. They are hundreds of distinct nations with different languages, political systems, cultures. Now, on the Great Plains, which is the sort of bit in between the coasts, I suppose.
Did you have the DK book about the Native Americans?
I think so.
Showed all the different pictures of the different, like the Plains Indians. There's also the Pueblo Indians, which are basically Mexican, like more Aztec-y sort of. And then I don't know who's on the coast, but like the idea of the big headdress, which is the kind of, if you had to draw a Native American, that's only the Sioux.
Yes, and the Lakota and the Sioux.
That's only Plains Indians, and that's only one very specific thing.
So they are the most stereotypical in Native America.
Yeah, ground zero.
Yes,
what are the others wearing?
Well, let's have a look.
Let's have a look,
do helmets?
There's no helmets, I don't think. No helmets.
Or you just keep guessing. Maybe don't look and just keep guessing. Top hats.
Now, I think the Mohican...
There was steampunk Indians.
the Mohican, that's, the Mohicans, last of the Mohicans.
Do they have Mohicans?
Well, I imagine so.
I hope so.
Where else would we get that word from?
They're dreadlocks. What's going on there?
Yeah, Charlie, you sometimes have a mohawk. Can we find out if the mohawks
You have a Mohican, don't you?
Dude, normally, yeah, I'm bald at the minute.
You've gone Lex Luthor.
Any of them bald?
Sorry?
Any bald?
They actually don't have any natural balding gene. We've talked about this. They don't have the balding gene that it doesn't exist. That's why they all have heads of hair. The only ones who don't are people who have at some point interbred with white.
What?
But that's why they called white people when they came over eagles, because they'd never seen those widow's peaks.
Now, are they bald, or are you just being tricked by their headdresses?
No, they have feathers in their hair. It's
Of course. Yeah. Anyway, the Mohawks are from upstate New York. And
but it's a very different
do
place.
Do they have Mohicans? Can we find out? They do have Mohicans. So we're looking at a photo here of the various... I'd say this is an ethnographic chart.
Finn's penis.
You called? This is an ethnographic chart of the various Native American tribes. To me, some look Russian, some look
like
Chinese,
South American. There's like Bolivian.
Some look Mexican. And listen, I guess calling them all Indians, I suppose, makes some sense.
Yeah.
In that, you've got people who look like they're from Mongolia, people who look like from the sort of Siberia and Russia.
It's all India.
It's all India. Let's just call it India. Call it quits.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So they're semi-nomadic. These plains tribes. Their economies are focused on the buffalo.
Yeah. The bison.
Which is the bison.
Yeah.
Not the African buffalo.
No. Well, we did check in the last one. They are different. They seemingly use interchangeably, but it's the bison.
But on the script, it says buffalo.
Yes.
But the Americans are talking about bison.
Yeah.
Right.
I did think we fired our researcher before, so I don't know what she's
we had.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's still doing here for putting discovered in quotes like that. Anyway, the settlers are scared. And again, you put scared in quotes. Absolute woke extremists behind the
what's
script.
that supposed to mean? Was it saying that the settlers lied? These guys are fucking terrified.
They're terrified. Oh, with axes and headdresses.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Native American atrocities are widely reported. However, often omitted is the context of US total war. We don't need that context. It's still terrifying. Now, they would use guerrilla warfare, the invisible warrior, right? So settlers are obviously accustomed to European-style warfare, cricket, basically.
Yeah.
We'll both line up on two sides and we'll have a go at each other. Shake hands, win the toss.
Who wins the toss?
Go. Native Americans are stealth,
sneaky,
ambush, night raids. They feel like they're always being watched by an invisible enemy. And then, here we get the war whoop, a high-pitched rhythmic yell used to coordinate movements.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Right? Now, that's not racist. That's like, Jackie Chan in his fight scenes. Yeah, that's racist.
What if he says that?
Well, then it's not. But all those little things, all those little, those are all instructions to the other people to say that he's throwing a punch or whatever.
Right.
So I big fan of Rush Hour series.
Sure.
I watched the DVD extras of Rush Hour 3 where they went through a fight scene, and it turns out all that that's all actual code for like, I'm about to throw a punch. There's one coming over here.
Right.
Whereas you can watch it as a white viewer and be like, well, that's just him.
That's just what all Chinese people
panting. Like. Yeah. Anyway, morning war. This was a practice where if a tribe lost a member in battle, they would immediately go on a raid to capture a replacement. And the captive would either be tortured or forcibly adopted to take the dead person's place.
Yeah, I guess that's not very Western, is the idea. Someone dies and you immediately replace them with just someone from the next village.
Replacement theory. Now, the Native Americans have this sort of wackadoo concept of land ownership.
Yeah, it's mental.
It's mental.
Modal jazz.
It is free jazz. I don't know. I can't get a grip on their opinions here. Most tribes, and I hope you're sitting down, listeners, they view land as a communal resource like the air. Bollocks. Complete bollocks.
I think they're fronting
madness. You can't. They say you couldn't own a forest any more than you can own the wind. Well, you can own the wind.
Yes, of course you can own the wind.
I think we should privatise air more.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like my air to be cleaner than my neighbours'.
Yeah, there's nothing we believe more in than private property.
Yes, exactly. There's not enough private property in the world, I don't think. Settlers view this lack of fences and deeds as a sign of chaos, which I agree with.
Yeah, it's chaos.
It's chaos. You've got to fence things in.
Yeah.
There's this great divide in outlook between the settlers, the early capitalism. It is a cultural war. It's also a war.
War was one of the chiefs, I think.
War. And so was culture war. They don't win the culture war, Native Americans.
Yeah, I think.
Or the war.
Yeah. More importantly.
More importantly. Now, by 1876, which is the Battle of Little Bighorn, which we are fast approaching, the situation of Native Americans is thus. By 1830, the Indian Removal Act calmed down. I'm just imagining...
That's Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine some of my listeners went, oh, what? Is Nigel in? No, he's not in. The 1830 Indian Removal Act means the US government can forcibly displace Native Americans. So 60,000 people are displaced, which becomes known as sad times, the Trial of Tears. The Trial of Tears. And this results in the deaths of thousands of Native Americans. So this is, as we said last time, rounding them up, trying to get them into reservations to clear the path for the railways and the gold rush trails.
It feels like with the race issue of Native Americans, it's obviously not. It doesn't feel as it's not as much of a hot topic in the same way that black racism is, or even Indian racism, because it feels like because they've been so decimated, there's just not many of them around.
Well,
it feels like it's not a live issue, and there's just a genuine sense of sadness I feel about the whole thing.
No.
So there's so many different people in America.
Yes.
And Native Americans are sort of blended in.
But also the middle of Australia is uninhabitable.
Yeah.
So there wasn't this great expansion through the country.
Yeah. So there's still a lot
America
more Aboriginals, I imagine,
than there are Native Americans.
Yeah.
Charlie, can you find out how many Native Americans are there versus Aboriginal Australians?
But there's not like any sort of call for reparations anymore or anything like that. Like it's still a live issue, reparations to African Americans.
Yeah, and to white slave owners. Reparations go both ways, as we've said.
Private property is the most important thing.
That's my property. You've taken my property away. Native Americans, several million people.
Identify, isn't it?
Because in Australia, if you have any Aboriginal blood at all, you are Indigenous, whereas I don't know if it's as strict in America.
Oh, you were just out there, weren't you?
Yeah, I didn't see any. But I was in Melbourne. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot, I think up north or in the middle, there's a lot more.
Did you feel it, racially, did they feel like there was a weird...
Well, in the sense that there's none of them are about, but not like in Cape Town where it's.
But then you can't fucking have a burger without them saying you've got to bless the burger.
They did a lot of that. Yeah, I got a tour of the MCG and they were kind of blessing the land and paying respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels a bit hollow though. Yeah, they're all dead. Then just take the win, brother.
But also, the ones that are alive are not getting any help.
Yeah,
it's just completely performative.
Yeah. And now Native Americans, they all run casinos now, right?
Yes. Now what's
going on there?
I don't know,
because it's the only seeming foothold Native Americans have got in capitalist America seems to be the running of casinos. I know both Indigenous and Native Americans can't stomach alcohol well. Their bodies are not built for it.
But which is funny because Native Americans can stomach all kinds of mad ayahuasca type things.
I think in my head, at least. Northern Europeans have been drinking beer and milk and stuff for thousands of years. So you've evolved.
We're the first straight guy. Like our guts are in ruins, and
the long road to Clarkson. It took to build a Clarkson. It took thousands and thousands.
A straight guy just hasn't had a solid poo for 10 years. Just gets up now. Fuck it, glass of milk, pint. Who cares?
Shitting like a horse while at the bar.
He's just standing there, just shit falling out of him. No, fuck it. I'm probably fine.
Why do Native Americans all run casinos? What's the...
Enabled by the 1988...
Not all Native Americans run casinos. All right, hey, hopefully you're being woke.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yeah, they do. To generate essential revenue for governments.
The Indian Gaming Regulatory Act of 1998. Casinos fund schools, healthcare and infrastructure. Yeah. Oh, I see. So they're considered sovereign nations, the Native American reservations, which allow them to bypass state gambling laws.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not that they all run casinos, it's that they can run casinos in areas where casinos aren't allowed. So in the state of wherever where casinos are allowed...
In the reservation.
The only one allowed is a Native American one.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, that's answered. Brilliant.
Right. So we get to now, just as the Americans have Custer, this dashing cavalry charge guy, soldier, the Native American characters in this story are called Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. Now, Sitting Bull... he's born in around 1831, and he's a hunk papa.
Yes, so hunk papa is the spiritual and political.
He's a fit dad,
right?
Hunk
a DILF.
Papa, he's a DILF. there's sort of a spiritual leader of the Lakota, the Hunkpapa Lakota.
Yeah.
The Hunkpapa.
He's the Archbishop of Canterbury, right?
Yes.
Sort of.
Yes. And he's sort of more like the Dalai Lama.
Right. But of a very small tribe because there's loads of them. There's loads of Hunkpapas, aren't there?
Yes.
There's quite a few.
Now, he was born at the Yellowstone River in Montana, supposedly. Firstly, his name is Jumping Badger. That's his first name.
Yeah, that's like a nickname at school.
Jumping Badger.
Yeah.
And then he gets nicknamed Slow because he's calm.
But that's not that's not an insult in Native American.
No, I
Slow
guess
here would imply you're thick.
yeah, but that's not
That's
him.
not what they mean.
And then age 14, he displays bravery by riding into a Crow warrior camp naked. Now, the Crows are a rival tribe to the Sioux.
This is what Charlie was doing while you were at the Postal Museum.
Yes. I went to the Postal Museum with my kids, and you were naked walking around Bermondsey, poking people with a stick. And what you'd have to do is there's a thing called counting coup, where you have a big stick, and this is how you become a man in Native American society.
It's like the bar mitzvah.
Sort of, in that you'd have to go up to an enemy in a battle and just poke them. Not kill them, just like, haha.
Oh, right.
And then that's more honourable than killing them.
It's sort of like getting PlayStation awards for like really specific things. Like 5 headshots, you get like a trophy or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But this was I guess it's like, it's quite intense, isn't it? To boop,
yeah,
in a battle.
I mean, chopping someone's head off would probably be more intense.
Well, that's what I'd say. But again, this is all
Western centric.
Western centric. It's considered the highest form of bravery. They have a special coup stick. So they're playing coup sticks. So following this, his father, who was called Returns Again, transfers.
Here he is.
Oh, back again, are we? Maybe that was his name. Back again, are we?
Yeah. Here comes trouble.
Are you staying put? Yeah, I'm staying put. I'm back again. Oh, all right. Coming back again, are we? No, I'm staying put. Staying put was his brother. So it returns again, transfers his own name, Buffalo Bull Who Sits Down, to his son, who is now known as Sitting Bull. But I guess Buffalo Bill Who Sits Down isn't quite as catchy.
It's too long.
What is it, Charlie?
What will be your Native American names?
It's a good question.
Eats pies? What?
Eats pies. Oh, Eats pies is back again.
Always full?
Always full. No, never full. Never full.
Never full.
Never full.
I would be trying hard.
You'd be
Trying hard?
You'd be chucked to poo poo.
You'd be chucked.
You'd be chucked to poo poo.
Chucking poo.
Throwing
It'd
poo.
be throwing poo, yeah.
Throwing poo.
What would my one be, Charlie?
Small lump.
Small lump?
No, it'd be gangly four eyes.
Yeah.
Gangly four eyes never fall and chucking poo are on their way. They're in a teepee. Can we find out?
Can you pick your own one?
Well, I don't. Yeah, find out.
You have to earn it. There's a level
You have to earn it.
And is it like being called like Norman? Is it, or is it?
No, it's
do you
not
get
like being
fruity?
called
What's like a
I don't
fruity?
think people earn Norman.
What's like Chase or like Blue?
Well, that's a good point. Maybe type in some
What's like a
maddest
kind of-
American. Yeah, is there? Would someone have been called like throwing
Sky
poo,
or
and then
Apple?
someone else would be like, "Fucking hell, you named your kid throwing poo? That's crazy. Give the kid a chance."
It's like a Coldplay had named their kid Apple.
And he's called like, I don't know. He's called like Fat Wind.
Yeah.
He's like, fucking give throwing poo a chance. You can't call a kid that.
Yeah.
The names evolved with milestones.
But today would it
so-
be like Burger House? Like,
Burger House?
Like, like does it evolve in the kind of, screen time?
Yeah.
Screen time.
Screen time. Yeah. Well, I guess my kids...
Screen time here now.
Yeah, I mean, on weekends, my kids are screen time. That's what I call them. Screen time. Peppa Pig, come here.
Yeah, I guess it's so much about... The name actually means way more in many ways because it's the things you've done in your life as opposed to just being Brian forever, no matter what. Like
Brian Forever is another one.
But when they called Jeffrey Epstein Jeffrey, they didn't call him that because of what he was going to end up being. He would have been an island paedophile in Native American tones, right?
Icky Massage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Charlie's thinking
very hard.
Get the best Native American names.
Yeah,
up.
let's find out some of the weirdest Native American names.
Weirdest Native American.
Like what's if Sitting Bull is John, what's Blaze?
Wild Rose, Partridge Bird,
Buck Moon, Strawberry Moon.
Oh, these are
Strawberry Moon. These all sound like vape flavors.
Double apple, triple mango,
Triple mango. Ball play.
I do think they've probably got the best naming system, though.
Definitely. Strange Child, Crippled Cricket,
Pee-poo Malksmox.
Lame White Man. That's you.
Lame
White Man.
Crippled Cricket.
Crippled Cricket. These often reflect personal characteristics. Well, it's kind of, I guess it's crippled cricket, right, means someone who's got a specific physical defect.
Right.
So I suppose their attitude to disability is quite blunt. Whereas in Britain, we're very like, oh, you know.
But they're like, yeah, fucked.
No legs. Legs fucked. Oh, legs fucked is here. Yeah.
What would Hawkins be? Like fucking...
Neck pillow.
Fully fucked.
Fully fucked.
Full body fucked, yeah.
Full body fucked, yeah. Anyway, Buffalo Bill, who sits down, Sitting Bull, becomes a Lakota warrior, and he aids Red Cloud in his war against the US in the mid-1860s. We haven't placed this. Should we place 18...
where do you want to place it from?
The Battle of Little Bighorn 1876. Let's place 1876.
Okay, so this is after Waterloo, right? This is after the Napoleonic Wars, and it's before...
Waterloo Station, surely.
I don't know.
Waterloo Station was surely named after Waterloo.
Yes.
They did not.
But what's the date? 1860?
1876.
No. Let's go type in Waterloo. I think that's good. That's tight. 1848.
Fuck.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's after the song Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks. But so 1960.
Before that. Yes, you're right. Fuck, Waterloo Station. Wow. So
it was renamed Waterloo Station in 1886.
1886.
So, yeah, that's when it was renamed.
There you go. So
I guess it does work.
Yeah. So Red Cloud's war had been sparked by the US military building forts along what they called the Bozeman Trail, which was one of the Bossman Trail. Yes, please.
My friend, chili garlic.
This was the trail going from the east through Montana and or was that the Oregon one? I don't know.
That's the place I want to go most at the moment.
I'd love to do Amtrak across the north.
But you wanted to get a car and do like a road trip. That's what I'd love to do.
Love to do that. Love to do that.
Amazing.
I'd love to go to Yellowstone. All that.
Who's Yellowstone? Which guy is he?
Sorry, we haven't got to Yellowstone yet. I think Yellowstone probably built the railways.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Anyway,
supplies.
Now, in Red Cloud's war, there's a thing called the Fetty Man fight. Fetty Man fight.
Yep.
Fetty Man Scoop. Now, this is the first major engagement that establishes our second big Red Indian character.
Yep.
Crazy Horse. Now, he is Sitting Bull.
He's sort of the Custer of Native American.
He is. Yeah. He's Native American Custer. If Sitting Bull is the kind of spiritual leader, Crazy Horse is the military guy, a supreme tactician supposedly. What's that? Fuck me, that's Crazy Horse?
Like George Washington, but for Native Americans.
That's Mount Rushmore, but it's Crazy Horse's face. But that's terrifying.
Yeah. But no one knows what he looks like because he refused to be photographed.
Now, is that because he thinks the camera will capture his spirit, or is that a myth?
No, that's what he thought.
That's what he thought.
But then Sitting Bull was fucking getting loads of pics. It was like getting another one.
Oh yeah, Sitting Bull was like, oh yeah. Now the
let me see that. Delete that.
Yeah.
I look fat.
Now the Fetty Man fight establishes Crazy Horse as a supreme military tactician. He leads a group of warriors to act as decoys outside a US fort. Captain Fetty Man, ignores orders and pursues the decoy. I mean, this is classic native. Like this is
Rorke's Drift.
This is Zulu. Horns of the Buffalo.
Yeah, an innovator comes in the indigenous community and completely blindsides.
Yeah. And they then get surrounded by 2,000 Lakota who are hiding in the bush. Lakota is another Red Indian tribe. And the entire US detachment is wiped out in less than 30 minutes. The fallen soldiers are heavily mutilated after death because they believe, the Native Americans, that how your body enters the afterlife is what your body will be like in the afterlife. So they mutilate corpses.
Knobless.
Hey?
Knobless. They're always chopping knobs off and stuff.
Yeah, they are chopping knobs off. Yeah.
So no pussy for you, basically.
Basically no pussy in the afterlife. But also like eye gouging, scalping.
Yeah.
Who's no pussy for you, the Native American?
That's no pussy for you is he's the guy scalping. And then they chop testicles off and just leave them on like a rock for birds.
You got her.
Yeah.
You got her.
So they're sort of gibleting the The Americans.
The thing is, there's the peaceful side, and there's definitely a noble majesty to the Native Americans.
Yeah. So when Phoebe were like, why are they scared in brackets? Because they're chopping balls and knobs off.
It is easy to forget just how terrifying it must be.
Yeah.
These guys, because of how fucking
I mean, terrifying. Charging out of the forest
to chop your knob off.
They're chopping a knob off. They're on a horse. They've got arrows and axes. Everything is like, clubbed to death.
Yeah.
Brutal. They've also got guns, arrows, war cries.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
So the Fetty Man massacre horrifies the US and proves that the Lakota are some of the most powerful Indians on the plains, which directly leads to the US government closing the Bossman Trail and signing the Fort Laramie Treaty of 68, which we talked about last episode. That's the one where they say, okay, you can have the Black Hills, the sacred Hunkpapa site.
Yeah.
No white man is allowed into the Black Hills.
Yeah.
But Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse refuse to sign the treaty. They say, I wish all to know that I do not... I don't know how they sounded.
Ian McKellen.
Sorry?
Sounds like Ian McKellen.
Does sound like it. I could see your belly. It sounds like Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
I could see your belly from all... And I was sitting all the way over there. I wish all to know that I do not propose to sell any part of my country.
Yeah.
So he sees the Northern Pacific Railroad as a threat to the Sioux way of life, the bison, etc. So
he's right, isn't he?
Yes, he's bang on. he's sharp as a tack, this guy. So in the 1870s, he leads the Hunkpapa warriors to sabotage lots of new white settlements. So Crazy Horse's proper name, I don't know how I was saying that, but in English it's His Horse is Crazy.
His horse is fucking mental.
His horse be crazy.
His girlfriend be crazy.
Bitches be crazy.
Yeah.
You know, he's Oglala. Big crazy horse cock. His father was an oglog man called Worm. His mother was called Rattling Blanket Woman.
Now, you bloody Rattling Blanket Woman.
Now, Rattling Blanket Woman had a sister who was called Good Looking Woman. So, yeah.
So the blokes were picking the names.
So Worm comes home, Rattling Blanket Woman thinks she's being cast out, hangs herself.
Well, I'd hang myself if I was next to Good Looking Woman. And
she's rattling. She's rattling a blanket all the time. And then Good Looking Woman marries Rattling Blanket Woman's husband, Worm, and raises Crazy Horse. So Worm is given 3 sisters as brides by a village when he defeats a crow attack. And the brides are called Iron Between Horns, Kills Enemy, and Red Leggings.
Red Leggings?
Yeah.
Nice.
So Rattling Blanket Woman is Crazy Horse's mum, but he's raised by Good Looking Woman, his stepmum.
Right. Fit stepmum. It's a bit of a...
His stepmum gets caught in washing machine. It's a Reddit name. So Crazy Cock. Crazy Horse falls in love with Black Buffalo Woman.
Right.
Some of these names are very,
amazing.
You couldn't name people this
nowadays.
These
days you couldn't do that.
I would, I would love...
It's similar to your way of seeing the world. This is the most Native American thing about you.
I see,
Good Looking Woman, Rattling Blanket Woman, Black Buffalo Woman, like...
Yes.
Well, I care your name, Sarah. You're a fucking Rattling Blanket Woman.
Thick man, disabled woman. Yeah. It's like
a 6-year-old just... Mummy, who's that Rattling Blanket Woman?
Who's Rattling Blanket Woman? So Black Buffalo Woman is married to a man called No Water.
Right.
So one vision says, he sees a warrior who says that if he dresses modestly, doesn't take scalps, and or touch tribesmen, he'd be unharmed in battle. So he fights with a painted lightning bolt on his cheek, sort of little Harry Potter badge,
right,
as a sign of protection.
That's another similarity with Custer, right? Is they both have this kind of invincibility feel about them. That's why they're so much about the charge, because they both kind of seem to have an ego where they think they're sort of destined to survive any danger, right?
Yes, totally. Yeah. And so he has his aura around him in battle.
Yeah, his aura. He's aura farming.
Yeah. So he takes enemy scalps in battle and shot with an arrow. So Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse and Black Buffalo Woman and No Legs and Throwing Poo, all
and
these
old
people.
Fucking trolley woman.
Old trolley woman.
Mad woman at a bus stop.
Bearded bag lady, all this stuff. They are a confederation of peoples called the Sioux.
Right. And
the Sioux are a group of tribes in the American Midwest comprising the Lakota, the Dakota, the Nakota.
Yeah.
And their lives are, buffalo. They're buffalo botherers.
Yeah.
As we said, they gouge people's eyes out and remove limbs after they've killed them. And they had this scalping. Now, scalping is it's pretty...
What?
It's wincy for me. It's...
What?
Because
there's something a bit icky about it.
It's just a bit... Especially when the guy's alive. I think in the Battle of Little Bighorn, there's someone... I know this is going to make Charlie... There's someone who's alive...
It's like a reverse going to Turkey, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the opposite of Turkish Airlines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to Turkey to get a hair transplant, and you go to Dakota to get a scalp.
Yeah.
This means you hold on to the hair, and then you cut the scalp off.
So just the skin, right? You peel it off, so you still got the skull.
Yeah. This is collecting trophies, and they think it's capturing an enemy spirit.
But if you just peel the skin and hair off and it's just your skull, can you just chill like that?
There is someone who survived a scalping. Get a photo up of someone who survived a scalping.
If you've just got your bare skull out, can you be like, all right, mate, what's going on?
What's going on up here?
What's going up there? Boing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What is it? It's just skin and hair. Like, what's that actually?
Just wear a hat. Yeah, look, that's a guy who survived a scalping. This is Robert McGee, and he was scalped by a Sioux warrior, age 13, Chief Little Turtle. And we're looking at him now, and yeah, I mean, he just looks like he's had sort of brain surgery.
Like a monk.
Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah, I'd hate that.
There's, I think, in Little Bighorn, there's a guy who is alive and is getting scalped, and he grits his teeth and goes, "Arr!" Like while it's happening. Fuck off, like that.
What is it? Is that it?
Yeah.
What do you think is the only way to kind of fight it? Just be like,
Yeah, what do you mean?
Pretend you
what
like
do you mean
it?
he grits his teeth though?
I'm just trying to paint a picture for our thick
He
listeners.
says, "Oh fuck," as opposed to what being like,
He doesn't go,
not being
he doesn't do
or being
that.
smug, like whatever. Yeah, I'll be like,
No, I'd be like, I needed a haircut anyway. yeah, just the top, please. A little off the top. Yeah.
wait a minute when it's done.
Yeah, nothing off the sides, just a bit off the top. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
That's great. Yeah. And then they hold a mirror up behind you.
Yeah,
Once
it's
they've
nice.
scalped you. Yeah, brilliant. I can see my skull. Thanks, mate. Yeah. How much was that then? Yes. It's Native American haircuts, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Sioux hate people
But
called
is it
the
weird?
Crow-
Sorry, it's weird that they genetically do not have balding, but are the most in scalping. Do you think there's something going on there?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
So maybe it's because
They're projecting.
they're projecting.
I want to be bald.
It's the man's desire to be bald.
Or they've never had to have
don't know
any
what
kind of haircut in their life.
It's true that
They've never had to sort it out.
Yeah.
They've never had to go, do you know what? I'm losing my hair. I'm just going to shave it off. No Native American has ever thought that.
Native Americans don't have any of the insecurity that most men have about going bald. So they don't understand how humiliating it is to get scalped. Like, I think if they knew what it was like going bald, they probably wouldn't scalp people because they'd be like, "That's
yes, you're right. It's only people who had never gone bald that would scalp people. I think that's very true. Very true.
Because if they knew, they'd be like, "Whoa, this guy's this is like,
come on.
You wouldn't do that to another man."
No. You've already killed him. You've already cut his balls and his dick off. Don't cut his, So, the Sioux don't like the Crow. The Crow lands in the Powder River Basin. Who's that? Or is that a place? No, that's a place. Anyway, they both rely on buffalo, and the Sioux and the Crow, the Sioux had kind of like pushed the Crow out of their hunting grounds, and by the 1860s, the Crow felt pressed between the Sioux and the white settlers, and so the Crow side with the US, and they become scouts for the US Army. So let's get to the Black Hills. This is the Hills of Color, a sacred mountain range in South Dakota. The Plains tribes believe that the Black Hills are the spiritual center of the universe.
Let's have a look, Charlie. Get Black Hills up.
And they pray there, and they can connect to the Great Spirit Wakantanka directly. It's sort of it looks like someone's just done that to Stonehenge,
Right.
just kind of squished it.
Oh, so Mount Rushmore is in the Black Hills.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But Mount Rushmore was originally meant to be for Native American chiefs, and then the whites were like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that."
Right.
Let's put.
So that's probably why Crazy Horse.
Let's got his own one.
first.
So the Fort Laramie Treaty of 68 we talked about, that guarantees the Black Hills to the Dakota, which means there's no white settlements to be had there. But pretty much straight away, when is it? They then find gold in the Black Hills.
There's gold in them hills.
So they're like, right, about that treaty.
Yeah.
Soz. That's now bollocks. So Custer finds, along with geologist Horatio Nelson Ross, finds gold deposits in the Black Hills. Now, this is also around the time of a massive depression in the US economy that was known as the Great Depression until the 20s, when they were like, oh no, this is really bad.
Right.
So basically there's a massive rush for gold, and this sparks the Great Sioux War, where the US had tried to, this must be under Ulysses S. Grant now. They tried to buy the Black Hills back from the Lakota.
Which they don't really understand the idea of buying a hill.
What's this money? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you can buy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, private property.
Go on Temu.
Yeah.
You can get
Where'd
stuff
you
delivered.
get that horse? And they're like, this not horse.
Yeah.
This big dog. Or what? I don't know. I don't know.
Fat wife.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about your wife. Call my wife crazy. Ugly horse.
Ugly horse. This is my wife, Ugly Horse. My name's Amanda.
I do think it would be funny to come into school or nursery and just, you know, you've had 2 kids you've named normally, and then 1 kid you've named Native American, Big Fat Ugly or something.
Jeff, Gregory, and Big Fat Ugly.
Yeah. Anyway, the Sioux Wars break out. The Sioux War's been going on for a while, but this is basically, again, it's trying to get them into reservations.
Yeah.
And there's ongoing skirmishes between the Sioux and the US. But Custer discovers gold in the Black Hills. The US tries to buy the Black Hills. Sitting Bull who sits down, says no. But miners keep entering the region.
No, that's not people under the age of 16.
It's not Jeffrey Epstein's miners.
Right, okay.
This is diggers.
Sure.
They form settlements, which violates the Fort Laramie treaties. But again, the US is such a hands-off. Like people just arrive and they're like, well, yeah.
Well, they're not hands-off to the Native Americans.
They're very much hands-on with the Native Americans. I mean, they signed this treaty saying whites won't settle there, but then they're not going to stop anyone from doing it. They're not enforcing it. And then they then issue an ultimatum to Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse, and they say, you've got to move to Center Parks. You have to go. And Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse are like, I just think it's going to be really stressful.
Yeah.
And
it's so expensive. I could go skiing for that.
Yeah, it's so expensive. And also it's like being in a shopping centre for 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's like a sort of fairground forest, not real nature.
And that was a good point by Crazy Horse.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is very, very expensive. And I mean, the kids were entertained, but at what cost, you know?
Yeah, it's amazing Crazy Horse had this sort of...
Yeah, well, you could see into the future. So they issue an ultimatum in 1875 saying, move to Center Parks. And the Sioux and the Cheyenne and the Arapaho, who are 3 different type of Native Americans, they all unite in defiance of this ultimatum, and they are brought together under the leadership of Sitting Bull. Now,
I'm sat. Do you know that when people say I'm sat?
No.
It's when someone's telling you like going off when a king's going off.
Go off, king.
Cook
king.
You will say I'm sat, meaning like I'm listening. Yeah.
God. People don't read anymore, do they?
No, God no.
West in the toilet.
Yeah.
Go off, king. I'm sat.
I'm sat.
Is that what we're being said?
I'm satting bull.
Is that what you're being said at your party?
I didn't
Charlie,
hear that.
Pete, you were cooking on the mic. People were like, I'm sat.
I'm sat.
Sat. I'm sat down listening.
While standing up, but it doesn't matter.
No.
Spiritually sat. I'm sat.
So Sitting Bull, he's united the Native American peoples.
Right.
Which is very important for Little Bighorn.
Yeah. Because it doesn't happen very often. This is the biggest gathering of... It ends up being the biggest gathering.
Yes, and this is the great problem is that the Americans were able to, until this point, pick them off.
Yeah.
Because they're nomadic bands.
Yeah.
You know, the Washita Massacre. But Sitting Bull has united lots of them. Now, there's a thing called a Sundance Festival, which is not the film festival. It's probably the opposite of that. This is a sacred ritual that Plains Indians do. It's a ceremony where they basically torture themselves as a way of kind of spiritual renewal.
Right.
So
self-flagellate.
Pleasure through pain. Pleasure through pain.
Yeah.
Sort of summer solstice stuff. Hippie bullshit.
Were you at Stonehenge recently?
I was at the winter solstice. Yeah.
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 So it's sort of like that, but a bit more stretched out.
Yeah, stretched out being the appropriate
physically
term.
stretched out.
Yes,
yeah.
they put a skewer through their chest.
Yeah.
2 skewers, and then tie the end of the skewers to a pole.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like Morris dancing if it was directed by
But also
Quentin Tarantino.
Iron Man, like Tough Mudder, it's endurance as well.
And the pole is adorned with symbolic items like a buffalo penis.
What does that symbolise?
Virility.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the life-sustaining power of the buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's probably up there with the worst animals to be fucked by, a buffalo.
Yeah, silverback gorilla. I think he'd just go. Yeah, he'd leave me in pieces.
So they do this piercing. Where the skewers are inserted through the muscles of a dancer's chest and connected by leather thongs to this pole.
Yes, please, my friend.
What?
they become kebabs.
Yes, skewers. Yeah. It's Native American sheesh.
Yeah. Would you rather be fucked by a gorilla that really hated it but was like being nice to you, or a
well, like what? Just like felt pressured into it.
Yeah, like
and
it was awkward.
like,
or a chinchilla, or like a kind of small animal that like.
What's the rumor about Richard Gere that he shoved chinchillas up his arse? Gerbils.
That was a fake rumor that.
Oh, that wasn't true, was it?
No,
Richard Gere doesn't shove hamsters up his arse. Oh. Well, I'd just like to apologise to Richard Gere.
Finish, because you often do these two. And you get bored halfway through it, and it's like you don't even finish. Or like a chinchilla. You just want to say "fuck by a gorilla." Like.
Yeah. Would you rather be fucked gently by a gorilla, or
made love to by a gorilla?
Made love to by a gorilla, or really horribly by a tiny animal?
I think the problem is I don't.
I think the tiny animal couldn't do fuck me too horribly.
But it would make you feel worthless.
No, I'd take the emotional pull of a chinchilla, just fucking like go like really.
It's loving it, but it hates you. It's like repressed.
So does the chinchilla think it's raping me?
Yeah, it hates you for it.
Right, and the gorilla is making love to me, but it might feel like. I guess the problem is the part of your question that I suppose is the central part is: does a gorilla tenderly making love feel like rape to me?
No,
whereas does a chinchilla raping me feel like it's making love? I guess that's the question, isn't it? Because
I think the gorilla still is going to do so much damage to me, and also I'm not attracted to gorillas, so I probably won't have a good time, no matter how much he loves it.
No, but it can allow you to look away from it. It just is inside.
I would struggle. You know, if a chinchilla's fucking me, I might be able to take my mind somewhere else.
I'd probably be on my commuter.
But if a gorilla's like trying to stare at me in the eyes and stroking my hair, I think that's very.
In my head, it's the gorilla from the Cadbury's advert with Phil Collins.
I think it would really creep me out. Actually, a gorilla just being like, being really like bashful and like
doing
coquettish.
You're
and
gorgeous.
Yeah. No.
What would you rather?
Gorilla.
No, you wouldn't.
I think I would. If it was actually because it's you've fucked an animal either way, and it might actually just be quite nice. It might unlock, it might just feel.
And that's the reason for doing it, to unlock the fact that you like it. That's the reason not to do it. Then you have to live with it.
You have to live the fact that you like, because then you'll be going back to the jungle going like, oh no.
That's why I don't hug men.
I hope there's no gorillas here that are super dangerous.
Yeah. But at least then you know what you are.
I think I already know what you are.
I don't know if I know what I am.
We'll let history decide.
Our producer this episode was Throwing Poo, who is still looking for purpose in life. Anyway, the Sundance Festival is they'd lean back and pull against the thongs until the skewers tear through their skin. You know, it's not.
And what's this? It's So I guess the endurance is to show discipline, right?
And also, I think they would hallucinate maybe at the end of it. I think that's the point.
What, from the pain?
I think so. I think, is it Sitting Bull cuts a bunch of bits of, like tiny bits of flesh out of his arms?
Like 200
little pieces. And so the spring 1876, this is the Sundance Festival. It is at the Little Bighorn River.
Right.
So this is in modern day Montana, I think. So it's around 10,000 people. Huge. This is the biggest Native American village there's ever been.
Mm.
So Sitting Bull performs this extreme act of sacrifice, and he sits while an assistant uses an awl. What's an awl? To cut out finger-sized pieces of flesh. So like little cubes of ham.
Yeah. He's like an American ham.
Yeah. A small blade. Supposedly 100 pieces of flesh from each arm. Christ. And following this ordeal, Sitting Bull dances for 2 hours until he falls into a trance. And it was then that he receives his famous prophecy. He sees US soldiers falling upside down into the Lakota camp like grasshoppers from the sky. And this vision is interpreted as a guarantee of impending military victory, which I think he's made a bit of a leap there.
Well,
I mean,
maybe he has, maybe
he hasn't. But I'm just saying that people falling upside down, he's like, oh, right, I reckon we'll win then.
But, history proved that he probably did see it right.
Yeah. So I suppose, I guess Native American. It's a Native American Tough Mudder, but it is more romantic than a.
Yeah.
Don't know, sort of middle management.
Well, they do all work together, a lot of them. So it's sort of like you're doing it with your colleagues.
Yes.
Yeah,
the Sundance Festival.
Yeah.
So why is the film festival called Sundance?
I mean, the place is called Sundance.
Oh, it's in the Sundance Kid. Is that really what it's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
I think the place is called Sundance. Is it?
It's got nothing to do with the. Oh right, okay,
right.
fine.
Bloody hell.
Well, there you go.
What's the name for that?
What?
When that happens, like false equivalency. Is that right?
No.
He wasn't at. He wasn't at. With
Coincidence. Is what you mean.
Tautology. It's a tautology.
No, it's coincidence.
It's coincidence.
False equivalency was another chief.
Yeah, false equivalency is another character in the story. He comes in the next episode.
He's a bit of a fucking pretentious knob, actually.
Yeah, he is. False equivalency is a bit much, I think. He's not a laugh like throwing poo.
Like, that's a false equivalency.
Yeah. So anyway, Sitting Bull, the bull who sits down, and
the bull who sat
bull, and Cook King, and throwing poo, and Crazy Horsecock, and Stepmom gets stuck in washing machine. They're all in this big village by the mouth of the Little Bighorn River. Yeah. And in our next episode, we will see if Sitting Bull's prophecy comes true. What happens when Custer, who, by the way, has been trying to make his millions in New York.
Yes.
We haven't really talked about that.
Yeah.
He's
been an influencer.
He has. Custer, all the while,
Instagram baddie.
Has been trying to. It's Gilded Age America. He's been trying to He's been playing the stock market.
Yeah.
He's been playing the stocks market. He's losing all the money.
Yeah.
He's got fuck all. And it's 1876. It is 100 years since the Declaration of Independence, and there is a big ceremony going to happen on the 4th of July, 1876, as like the American Centennial. And Custer's thinking, I want to have defeated the Plains Indians to get to that ceremony and walk in as a hero, because he wants a political career as well, Custer.
Yeah. He's got his eyes on a bigger office.
So, all roads are pointing to a big showdown at the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Yeah.
That episode where we will deal with that battle and its aftermath, those episodes are already on our Patreon, where for £3 a month, you too can be known as Fat Ugly Thick. That's what all our patrons are called. Fedora Patron, Fat Ugly Patron, Smelly Patron, Disabled Thick,
Yellow Armpits,
Basement, Yellow Armpits, Hairy Back Basement, all these Native Americans that we subscribe.
Ham out the packet.
Ham out the Crusty Cum Sock, They are all, you can join the army.
Fingers, yeah.
It is the biggest Native American village that's ever been, our patron. We're nearly at 30,000.
We need to have a gathering in the plains.
We
Terrifying.
do, in the plains, we do, yeah. The smell, Christ. Join the Patreon. We're nearly at 30,000. We're nearly the biggest in the UK.
That's pretty good.
Insane, isn't it?
It's not bad.
It's not
you
bad.
You can't say that's bad. Well, it might be bad for culture, but it's not bad.
Oh, it's definitely indicative of something very bad.
But as an achievement, nonetheless, it
is an achievement. So sign up to the Patreon to get access to those 2 episodes and our bonus series on the history of Mormonism, which is all happening around this sort of time in 19th century America. Anyway, if not, we'll see you on Monday when we finally get to the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Little Bob's Horny.
Custer taking on the Indians. See you then. Goodbye.